don't care if I die. Satan satisfies me.
Hi, I'm Kate. Hi, I'm Nick. Hi, I'm Giselle. I'm Annette. My name is Deb. Hi, I'm Stella.
My wife with the sex of a mirror. My wife with eyes full of tears. With eyes of purple panoply and of a magnetic needle.
Don't you know no one alive can always be an angel?
Hello?
Hello, baby.
Hello, who's this?
Sorry, you don't know me. I was just watching you.
Now little come bay, now little come bay, now little come bay.
You who tested luck and unluck, thrift-fed, driven by wind and water, frost ticking each petal, roping root and stem.
I think if you give people a voice, they'll express it. I think at the moment they're not encouraged to express their opinions, and that's part of the reason to do this project. But my feeling is that in humanity that people are frustrated with not being able to say and not feeling that anything they say is going to be listened to or make any difference. A part of my motivation for doing this and my belief that I have is that you can make a political difference or a difference to how people perceive the world through fashion.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes!
Session DJs. You're watching live at SHOWstudio.com.
There's very little of the practical Karl Lagerfeld I spoke of earlier in this creation. He's often said that his creations for Chanel came to him in dreams. This collection is no exception.
Gaga freed me from the limits and the chains of what I was before I was able to be free and be confident and reject all of the perceptions about a woman and what she should be. Gaga was for me a metaphorical quest to myself.
I know that I am a mystery to many people, but it's okay to be different. It's okay to be special.
Good, yeah, very nice. Good, yeah.
But I think as much as we all said that was refined, it was a complicated collection in a way. There were sort of elements of fetish explored and
well, I think it captured the contradictions of a woman, you know, sometimes you're feminine, sometimes you're a little bit tough.
Really get inspired by technology like 3D printing or something more futuristic, but in the end nature is one of the most fascinating things. This material is, well, it's warm, it's super fluid, so I can do everything with it.
So you take this and that, and then some more.
One, zero.
Holy crap!
The same imagination as I do, you explore a different part of your psyche that people shouldn't really go to, but you do. And what you see in Nick's images and my images is just confronting that shit.
It's such a thing. Like, I had this this one stylist come up to me, and Virgil was standing next to me, and said, "You need to watch out for him. He's taking your place." And I was like, "Oh, the one spot for the black guy at the dinner table in fashion? That place? Is that what you're talking about?"
John asked us to take our measurements one time for Dior Couture and send them in, and I knew it was going to be for a corset, so I made it a bit bigger. Then when I got there, he went, "This is too big!" And I was like, "I know."
So I can breathe.
He's like, "No, it's tighter.
Listen to the children. God has given me the bread of adversity
the face of a dying dog.
How this thing from, like, you know, gangs of kids who grew up in terraced houses in the rainy northwest of England has kind of travelled beyond that is pretty bizarre.
Sinking down under the water, slipping down under, drifting out into the water, missing down under. Tell me, what is it you care for? Is there even a care at all?
Pull out the south, pull out the ride. We so hot, upper echelon, straight up.
If it was a softer light going onto there, that image of her behind the vase would be much less defined, be much more sort of blurry and nebulous. The sharpness of it is what makes it great.
When he gave me these and he wrote "Mom Smiles," it really showed that this was this collab wasn't his collab solely, it was for the community, because it's like each person that he's given these to, there's something personal to his relationship with them.
It's to be the man in 2017. It's lit.
I'm glad that I can be of some help to my community by doing things like this to speak about how we feel.
Tiptoes to my room every night. Just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright.
You need to kind of establish at least a story and an intent and a product range, because this is still like commerce and business.
I really believe what we share in common is a sort of social responsibility to creativity, which is like a form of giving back.
You know, seeing that sort of excitement makes you as a designer think, oh, what can I do to challenge that and make something bigger? I mean, I'm always thinking bigger because I think that's the fun of it. I don't know, I've always thought big.
Is the silence that we hear in the mainstream, the deafening silence, as all of this has continued for decade after decade and generation after generation.
And they are put on my kitchen table. The light that comes from the side is from the window, and the light that falls in the background is from the skylight. And that gives us a certain sort of fragile elegance, which I find very beautiful.
This would be a
really fantastic moment to illustrate this. And then, of course, I thought of you.
Just